Welcome, where we are going to talk about the fastest and easiest way to get a great seat while riding that nobody's talking about. Because if you have been anything like me, you have gone to several clinics and courses and whatnot to get a better seat while riding. And there are yoga exercises, and we have yoga balls, and we have posture stuff to put on our bodies, and we have heels down advice and whatnot. And some of this may, of course, work. But what I have found is that having a self controlling and connected horse that uses the hind legs, that's the best and easiest way to get a great seat. Because if we are riding a horse that is rushing and isn't maintaining forward on a loose rein, we as riders tend to focus then on the reins and trying to maintain the horse's speed, which obviously then makes us very often lean a bit forwards. And once we lean forwards, we lose contact with our seat and the connection with the horse. Or if we are riding a horse that lacks forward and we continuously need to give leg aid and ride the horse forwards with our seat, we aren't efficient and we are not following the horse's movements either. So I think that instead of focusing on these gadgets and balance exercises and tips and tricks that is out there to get a better seat, if we focus on training our horse properly, the horse is actually going to give us a great seat. Yes, because once the horse can control itself in terms of maintaining speed, not rushing when we loosen the reins, and not slow down when we are not riding or, asking the horse to continue forwards, we don't have to worry about that. The horse is, maintaining speed, self-controlling, and we have connected our leg aid to the hind legs of the horse. The horse becomes very, very easy to ride and will give the rider a good seat. But if we start with all kinds of exercises with a horse that, hasn't these basics, it becomes very, very hard to have a good seat while riding that horse. And you might even have experienced this yourself, that, some horses give a great riding seat while others don't. And I think that depends on the horse's level of self-control and hind leg engagement when ridden. It doesn't depend so much on doing the yoga exercises or not. So let me know in the comments below if you have found this to be true too. And I also then want to tell you that we can train any horse to give us a good seat while riding. If your horse lacks forwards, work on making your horse maintaining forward from self. And you are going to instantly, once your horse maintains forward from self, you're going to instantly feel how much easier that horse is to ride when you are not constantly needing to, keep the horse going forwards. Or if you have a rushy horse that tends to go faster and faster, fix the rushing so that the horse isn't rushing while ridden, but maintains speed on the loose rein. And you will also instantly notice how much more relaxed you are going to be in the saddle and how much less focused you are going to be on the reins. Well, you can actually then focus in just following the horse's movements without worrying about the horse, going faster or bolting or whatever. And this can be done with any horse. And what kind of also bothers me a bit with this, seat focus is that it also is sometimes almost implied that if you are a good rider, you are able to then handle difficult horses. So the better we are at riding, the worse horses we can ride and kind of manage. So it's very much applauded if a rider is, riding through some bucks, or a horse is rearing and the rider doesn't fall off and kind of, pushes the horse forwards and, wins the battle. And that's like, wow, that's a great rider because that horse is so crazy and she's still able to ride it. But actually, in my mind, those riders aren't necessarily great riders. They might have good balance and lots of experience, but they are not necessarily good horse trainers if they're not able to, resolve these issues and always kind of need to ride through them. Their horses are always spooking or acting up, and they, are able to manage the situation, but they're not able to solve the situation. And if we take the time to solve the situation and, start on the ground with connecting with the horse, and then obviously explaining to the horse the riding signals we're going to use, both from the ground and we are riding, and we start slowly, and, make sure that we have the horse together with us and build confidence and connection with the horse instead of trying to ride things through. And you're also then going to discover, if you take the time to do this, that you are going to gain confidence and your horse is going to be much easier to ride, which is going to give you a wonderful seat when riding. Because also when horses feel good and they are self-controlling and maintain speed from self, they are also going to move a whole lot differently than if they lack forwards or are always rushing. Their movements are going to soften, which also is going to make it much easier to follow the horse's movements. Yes, so let me know in the comments below if you have tried this and maybe even experienced it. I at least have experienced this multiple times, like our trotter. I found her trot so horrible in the beginning, so I didn't ride any trot. I just worked with her at the walk. I made her soft to the riding signals. I made sure she engaged her hind legs in the stop. And I made sure she was able to maintain speed and self-control on loose rein. And after doing this for a while, and obviously some groundwork as well, rode into trot, and she was a completely different horse to ride the trot on than the first time I tried it. So by just going back a bit, taking it slow and fixing, her tendency to rush and be on the front part, fixing that, and the trot was amazing. Yes. So if you want to learn how you can make your horse self-controlling and maintain forward and speed from self so that you get a better seat while riding and also obviously engage the horse's hind legs, then make sure to join our masterclass on Tuesday. It is live and there are limited seats, but during the masterclass, I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step process I and fellow Ride Like a Viking members use to get a self-controlling and connected horse, which is going to make it so much easier for you to ride and also to have a great seat while riding. Yes, because riding isn't supposed to be hard. Yep. So if you want to join, go to ridelikeaviking.no/masterclass or comment masterclass below and I will send you the link on DM. So I'm looking very much forward to seeing you there. I'm only holding this masterclass a few times per year. And I'm literally giving you the step-by-step path to a self-controlling and connected horse. That is also going to be very easy to ride and train at Liberty. It's kind of it was a kind of a bonus factor of the program that it also made Liberty easy, even without treats. So I'm looking very much forward to seeing you there. And thank you so much for joining this evening. And I hope that on your next ride that you take some of these tips with you and focus a bit more on how your horse is trained so that you can train your horse so that you then get a good seat while riding. Not, all these gadgets and stuff and yoga balls and whatnot. They are definitely not harmful, but I don't think that's the solution to getting a great seat while riding. The solution lies in training the horse so that we actually can focus on following the horse while riding and not managing the horse. Yes. So, looking forward to see you there if you want the step-by-step path. And thank you so much for joining this evening. And yeah, bye for now.